Thank you for sharing your Thursday afternoon here with us on Kababayan LA. Earlier, we met a Kababayan actress. Supportahan po natin siya sa kanyang production. It's going to be running until May 13th, and we're supporting her not just because she's Kababayan, but also because it sounds like a very good production. Lalo na yung sinasabi po niyang dance marathon. It's very interesting. But also, I would like to introduce you right about now to another Kababayan that we need to support, not just because he's a Kababayan, but he has such an amazing voice. Last week, he visited us here on the set, and I got to talk to one of the 3 Filipino tenors. I'm talking about Antoine DL. Here he is. Antoine, the last time you were here, you were with other 2 tenors. You were a group called, or a trio called 3 Filipino tenors.
Yes, with Randy and Lito.
Di ba nakakamiss pag solo ka ngayon?
Of course, of course. Like I say, we always have fun together, and they're my brothers in song, you know? So whenever we miss each other, you know, sometimes they have to do a gig without me, so we call it -1.
No, ngayon -2.
-2.
Oh, okay, yes. Because I've met Sal here on the show. We've interviewed him as well, and Joseph Cruz just recently.
Yeah.
Also a Filipino tenor from Orange County. It seems like there's a lot of Filipino, what do you call it, classical singers? Is that,
classical singers. I think we have a rich history in the Philippines of classical singing. No, it's just that when we transition to America, there's a difference in their system. No, so there's a lot of singers, famous singers from the Philippines that are classical singers.
Why do you think Filipinos excel so well in singing?
I think when you have a history like us, that when we suffer through many things, song is one way of bringing joy to your life, you know? So that's why I think when people suffer, song is where they come. Besides prayer, you know, they go to song.
You're right. And I think it was one of the lines in one of the ABBA songs. My dad is a big fan of ABBA, and so am I. He started me on that. Nothing soothes the soul like a melody can. It's true nga, no? Kasi it's a form of escape also. It's a form of, you know, and you said that and prayer. But some people, they combine both. Like you started singing in the Philippines in church.
In church,
and even here in the States, I would like AJ Raphael sings in church too. He's already a big YouTube star, but he still sings in church. Why?
Because it's our best way to glorify God, you know. And you know, Saint Augustine once said, "When you sing, you pray twice." You know, so it's an expression, and I think, you know, for example, in the Black church, when you have a great singer singing, it moves everybody.
Right.
So you get into that spiritual place, and you get to that connection to the divine.
Is that why you got into tenor classical singing? Because I would assume that when you sing pop, it's not quite spiritual.
No, I think it's different for different people. For me, singing is singing, and it's my expression of my humanness and my connection to the world, no? That sounds so...
Right, no, it's right. But see, why did you fall into classical? Is that something that you picked, you chose for yourself? Or is that something that you just...
It was because when I was growing up, my mom was a lyric soprano with the Bayanihan during the 60s.
So may pinagmanahan.
Opo.
Yeah.
So in tribute to her, when I was growing up singing, when I graduated from high school here in the States, when it was time to choose a major, I said, you know, what is the thing that was most consistent in your life that you love to do? And that's singing. And so what better way to learn my craft as an artist than to study the hardest style of singing, which is classical music.
Why is it difficult?
Because it's your whole body that sings. It's a technique. It's a mental concentration. Imagine if you had to sing German and Italian and French all in one program.
Which you do.
Which you do, and which I do, and you don't necessarily speak it. You know, you have to learn all those things.